again, this is Glass Garden Books. I did want to show you these two dishes. They are from Olfaire, made in Portugal. And one is a big green, deep leaf bowl, and the other is just a red leaf Spoonrest. Both of them are from Olfaire, made in Portugal. I bought them from t.j.maxx. If you had to buy them online or from eBay, usually you'd pay more. The green bowl, it was about $12.95 or something like that, so about $13. The Spoonrest, I think, was about $4. Might have been $5. I think it was like $3.99 or $4.99. So it was, $4 to $5. If you had to buy them online, the Spoonrest might have been about $15 to $25. And from what I remember seeing on the bowl, which yes is sliding, doesn't want to sit up that way, was for a good one anywhere from 40 something to 60, 80. Yeah, I couldn't really find one exactly like it. All I could find was the small bowls. And the small bowls, they're like a cereal bowl. That were just about like it, but in different colors, like the yellow and red. I think it was 30, 40, or 50 something, and that was on replacements. And replacements, as we know, is higher priced than eBay, but I couldn't find those same kind of bowls on eBay. I could find their cabbage leaf bowls, but not the maple leaf in the big bowl, just in the small ones. And they were a bit cheaper on eBay, so not sure what this big one was worth. It could have just been about the same, about 40 to 50, 60, something like that. I got it for $13. And the reason I got it for $13 is, do you see this? Notice how you can't really tell on the camera, but that leaf, this one right here, is denting in a little. Whereas on the other side, they all kind of go outward. This point is denting in. See how it's coming into the camera? There's just a tiny little indentation here where it dips in a little. Just in that one little piece of leaf. And the rest of them are kind of scooping more outward. I think that was the only reason that this bowl ended up at t.j.maxx. Some of you, there it is, $12.99. And there's the Olfaire, made in Portugal stamp on the bottom. Dishwasher safe, microwave safe. So yes, you could make macaroni and cheese in this in the microwave or something else. Or just use it as a fruit bowl. It's a nice big bowl. I thought it was very pretty. I couldn't help myself. You may have already seen that I got those neutral colors. And as I said, depending on the table setting, you could use this green bowl like on the table and with those plates, and have a more Christmas theme with your napkins and placemats and tablecloth, and along with this bowl. And the Spoonrest is red because most of my kitchen items are red, from knives to the KitchenAid to the big soup spoons and things like that I have in red. I do love these nature type inspired dishware, especially when it's like this bowl and it's like the entire bowl is made to look like one big leaf. That is just so cool. And now that I know of this company, I looked them up, and they have other ones. They have ones that look like eggplant plates or squash plates. They have the cabbage leaf bowls. the big bowls, soup tureens, you know. So I may get a few more of those kind of pieces to mix and match and use on the table too. But just thought you'd be interested in this one. I went back, they had 2 of these big green bowls at the t.j.maxx near where I live. And I got this one. I went home and I just kept looking at it going, it's so pretty. It's got the lights and darks and the veins are done perfect. The other one looked just as perfect. And it was so much cheaper than it was online, even on eBay. I mean, couldn't really find the big ones. The small ones, the cereal bowls on eBay were $30, $40. So I was like, hey, this was a nice item. Went back just a couple of weeks later, and the other one was already gone. They didn't hardly even have a single Spoonrest left that had the leaves. So trust your intuition when you're out there, that if it looks cool and interesting to you, I would suggest, if it doesn't cost too much and you've got the extra money, go ahead and get it. Because if you think, well, maybe when I come back next week I'll pick it up, guess what? Someone else may be already coming in there and see it like I did and go, hey, I'll go ahead and get this one. And you may have had 2 of those come through, and they only had 2 at the whole store. So, and at t.j.maxx, you never know. They get those small little problems. So do check over it, because sometimes I've seen this awesome looking thing at t.j.maxx. It was cheap. Now I turned it around and there's a giant chip in it, or there's a big crack in it, or they had like this big dye problem where there's this streak of black dye running through the ceramic. It's like, this is why I ended up at t.j.maxx. The only thing I could find wrong with the big green leaf bowl is that one little tiny leaf dent. And you can't even hardly see it on camera. You can't hardly even see it in person. The Spoonrest was perfectly fine, unless it was just that the leaves were not as veiny as they wanted to be. That's the only thing I find wrong with it. The back of it has the Olfaire, very light stamp. Might have been not in dark enough stamp, but perfect condition. No chips, no cracks. So always remember to check that before you buy anything glass or ceramic, if you can, that it's not chipped or cracked. Because no matter how beautiful it is, if you know it has that chip or crack, that'll be all you're seeing. That'll be all you'll know every time you go to use it. Now, if you're using it just for something like a soap dish holder, and you figure, well, if it cracks more or totally breaks, you know, from water swelling into it from the chip, then I'll just get a new one. And if it's real cheap, like $1 or $2, 50 cents, it's okay to pick up something chipped or cracked if you just use it for a soap dish holder, or you're going to use it for, if the chip or crack's on the outside, not on the inside where liquid or food would be, you could use it more. And if you're not going to heat it up like in an oven with a lot of liquidy food, then that chip or crack probably will not cause it to break. So you can sometimes pick up the chip or crack ones if you know how you're going to use it. If you're not sure, like that big leaf ball, I wasn't sure how I'm going to use it, I made sure it did not have any chips or cracks. The glaze is not cracked. And the only thing wrong with it was where it may have just dented more before, as it was being fired. So, and that was fine with me, as long as the glaze was fine. So, keep your eye out for those good deals. And subscribe if you want to see more. This is Glass Garden Books. And soon we'll have some more glass or garden or books. Looking forward to it. See ya.